Hi, I'm Lance. We're going to go over today some procedures that you can use to check and make sure that your Trac 2100 or 2200 is all set for the season. Some preventative maintenance activities. We're going to go through all of the components of the Trac as we do this. We're going to take a look at the booster and the signal processing unit, and then take a look at each of the cables as well. So first of all, in the booster, what we want to check is to make sure that the batteries are good. And we do that by removing the back plate with the 3 Phillips screws. And when we're inside here, we'll find 2 separate battery packs that hold 8 batteries, 8 AA batteries each. Each battery pack should give a reading of 12 volts. So we generally check this with the DC setting on a voltmeter. And we'll check at each clip. And this is showing these batteries are pretty low, 1.9 and 7.85. So first, before we do anything else, we'll want to replace these batteries. Sometimes we'll find that inside the booster pack we've got some moisture that has gotten inside the booster, and as a result we have some corrosion on the batteries or the battery pack. And here we can see some of that corrosion right down here. It's not a problem if it's just on the batteries, but if any of that corrosion gets onto the contacts for the batteries, the spring inside there, or if you see corrosion on any of these 4 contacts here, we generally find that that's going to mean that these battery packs have to be replaced. It's a simple replacement. They're about $5 each. You can get them at a Radio Shack, or we can take care of that for you here at Anderson Manufacturing Company. Next, we're going to check the SPU, the signal processing unit, or gray box as we like to call it. And again, the first thing we're going to do is make sure that we've got good batteries in here. So if we do find a problem that's wrong, we don't have to consider that as the source of the problem. To open the gray box up, we'll remove the 2 Phillips head screws that are on the back of the underside of the unit. And then the case is flipped over, so it's right side up. And I usually push down on the front and back panels and lift the top of the clamshell up. And that will reveal the 9-volt batteries inside. We should be getting 9 volts, of course, from the 9-volt batteries, again on DC current. And check here. Got 8.79 and 8.85. So these are probably good. The unit will function properly, but if we're getting set up for the start of a brand new season, and since we've opened this case up, I think we're going to replace these batteries also. New batteries in the signal processing unit now, and we should get at least 9 volts coming out of these batteries now, and that's we're getting 9.5, 9.5. So now when the signal processing unit is turned on, we should get a constant click rate like that, and we should be able to control that click rate with the click rate knob. If for some reason the switch doesn't turn on, sometimes especially on the high power and the medium power, you may find that you don't get contact, or maybe it sounds like you kind of do as you turn past those positions, but it doesn't stay on when they're in the positions. That's generally because we've got some corrosion on the contacts in the switch right here. The way we'll take care of that is to turn the unit off. We use some contact cleaner. This is the type of stuff that can be purchased from a Radio Shack or any electronic supply store. And we're just going to squirt a little bit right on the contact location there, inside these contacts. And then we're going to turn that switch back and forth just to clean things up real good. Make sure that those contacts are good and clean. And if your unit was not turning on at first when you did this, as you start to do this, you should hear that start to turn on as the corrosion is worn off those switches. Sometimes it takes 30 or 40 or 50 turns back and forth to get it good and clean.